Welcome back to CBS4K, and this is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's basically me talking about this game for like a few minutes and why I'm sort of like, yeah, this kind of reminds me a little bit of Star Wars Outlaws. In that it's not that I hate it, it's just that I just don't trust it. You know what I mean? I don't trust it like at all. But maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I want a good Indiana Jones game. Just like I wanted a good Star Wars game. But realistically, you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you get the exact opposite of what you want. And I think that might be the case here. But hey, let's give this a shot before we jump to any conclusions. So I was looking at the trailer, and I like the action-packedness of it. I like the first-person view because you're in the side of the head of Indiana Jones. I like the fact that you had to solve puzzles on the fly in certain death-defying situations. That seemed pretty cool. There is a number of things I like. There's a nice stealth mechanic, but the problem with stealth is you need good artificial intelligence to make the stealth work. And Star Wars Outlaws stealth system fell apart. Mostly people point to the bad AI is what killed the stealth. Now, let's just talk about I talked about the positive. Let's talk about the negative parts. There's two big negatives to this game, as far as I can tell. The first one is called Bethesda, and the second one is called Lucasfilms. Both these companies have had problems. They've had their brand has been damaged. Their reputations are in the gutter. Like you could say, Bethesda is trying to make a comeback with Starfield, but you had Starfield, Fallout 76, and they made a comeback eventually with Fallout 76. But still, I think most people are still upset about that. You could argue Starfield is on the rise again, because they've released certain updates for Starfield. I haven't really checked back in. I've sort of just tuned it out for right at the moment. You guys have to correct me in the comment section if you wish. But for the most part, I see their brands as damaged. Lucasfilm, you saw those previous Indiana Jones. The last two Indiana Jones. Okay, the first one, the Crystal Skull, was bad. The Dial of Destiny, is it called? Yes, the Dial of Destiny. Yeah, okay. It was terrible, okay? I'm of the opinion that movie never existed. Alright, I didn't even see those two movies. I just saw the previews, I saw the commercials, I saw the reviews. I got a general idea of it, and it's like, no, absolutely not. This is not Indiana Jones. So, the brand is already... Well, Indiana Jones, to me, this could help revitalize the brand if this game goes off well. But at the same time, I get the strong feeling that it probably won't save it. Now that I got that spiel out the way, let's focus on the gameplay here. I do like the puzzle solving somewhat. I need to see more of it, but there's some parts of it, like the camera that gives you hints. I think that's a cool addition. It lets you have the option of asking for help if you get stuck. And I think that's a cool idea. I'm curious to how much of an open world it's going to be, because they're trying to treat it like a semi-open world, sort of like a hub sort of situation. And you sort of set up your different, let's just say, equipment based on the situation. You have it ready to go in your suitcase. Let's move on to the fighting, the combat. I thought the combat looked pretty cool. With you being able to dodge, weave, and use your various tools like your whip. You can also use your whip in stealth. That's pretty cool. It makes every fight a little bit like you're going to have to use your own style or something like that. Speaking of style, you get your own little perk system that you get to work with. Like the ability to revive yourself by getting the hat off the ground and putting it on your head. That's a nice feature. But you gotta get the perk for it. Sometimes a level up system can be like a good idea for a game. And other times it can be like a bad idea. Like for instance, Subnautica didn't need a level up system. How you progressed in that game was by you exploring, discovering new things, figuring new things out. That's sort of what an Indiana Jones game could benefit from, but I can understand why they went with perks. They could be going the Fallout route and getting different playstyles by using different perks for different playthroughs. You only have a certain amount of perks you can use or something like that. That could be interesting, but I don't think that's what they're going for. They might be going for that, but I'm not sure. But overall, I think the game looks good. Will I buy the game? No. And I think I want to talk about this at length in another video. Not in this video, but when your brand has a lot of negative things attached to it, it's hard for people to get excited for your stuff. Like, I could imagine the dislike ratio for this being not very good. I could imagine people not really being excited. I can see the likes on the trailer. It's like about almost 10k likes at the time of this recording. So it seems pretty solid, but at the same time, you can tell people aren't as excited for it as they would have normally been. I do like the fact that you can use different things in the environment to open up new passageways or beat up enemies. All of this seems like good things for the game. But the issue isn't that it isn't the gameplay or storytelling. The issue is the credibility of the studios involved. And people just straight up don't trust them. Like, I don't trust Bethesda. I don't trust Lucasfilm at the moment. I mean, they could change my mind by making this a good game, but those day one sales are probably going to suffer for it. So if you see like a low day one sales, don't be too surprised. I'm not going to say I bet on it, but I strongly suspect it will not do well. But that probably is just me. Well, let me know in the comment section what you guys think of it. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.